Hi everybody. Okay, I want to make one more I hope kind of in the 6 or 7 minute range video, and this will be my last one for today. Okay. So the reason I talk about so many things is whenever something comes to my mind, I kind of try to cover it, but I always have evidence of what I'm talking about. So that's why you may not see a lot of videos, and then you'll see a lot of videos on a certain day. It's just that when it kicks into my brain, it's like, oh, I should cover this. Okay, so the reason my hashtags are YR and B&B is because I'm going to talk about both soap operas here. So that's why I said maybe 6 or 7 minutes. Okay. Um, and this came to mind because of the current storyline with Victoria, and also the semi-current storylines with Catherine Kelly Lang Brooke, right? Okay, so I'm gonna start with Lionel first because it's my first hashtag, and I have a lot of evidence for this one. Okay, now, okay, I'm going to talk about a topic that I talk about, but I don't really get into the specifics all the time. But on this one, I will because it serves my purpose here. Okay, so the character of Victoria has been played by at least, um, I'd say, well, two people for sure, but maybe three. Okay, I say two people because the younger version of Victoria, as we all know by now, was beautifully played by Heather Tom before she moved over to Bold and Beautiful. Okay, and now Victoria is played by Amelia Heinley, right? Okay, now what got me thinking about it is a previous video I did talking about how Victoria is so like Victor Jr. Okay, but there's also been other changes in her. I say in the character's personality, but that's just my reading of it. Okay, and now I'm going to give you some evidence of what I'm talking about. When Amelia Heinley took over the role of Victoria Newman, she was kind of, nice girl, funny, fun, all the things. But clearly the heir to Victor and Nikki Newman, right? So I could see the beginning of them molding her like Victor. And I thought it was just going to be the business minded to take over the business one day, that kind of thing. But no, she is completely Victor Jr. And while I kind of understand why they did it, I don't really like it per se because I want the gentle, sweet Victoria back a little bit. And what I mean by that is, it feels like to me. Once again, I should say this before I start, but it should be clear. Okay, everything I say in these videos is my own opinion. Okay, and I'm gonna give you some factual stuff to back up my opinions, but it's my opinions. Okay. Um. Okay. So she was in a couple of relationships, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I was noticing a pattern also where if Victor didn't like the guy, the relationship didn't last very long. And he surely didn't like uh, Billy Abbott for her. And then he wasn't too keen on JT either. And then I don't know how he feels. Well, I think he likes Nate now, but I don't think he liked him in the beginning. So, and all of those relationships ended because Victor didn't like the guy. Okay. The only one that was kind of okay was Cole, who was her long lost sweetheart or whatever, but by the dialogue given to J. Eddie Pegg, you can kind of tell that he didn't really like Cole in the beginning either. And it took him a while to win over Victor. Okay. Now I feel like the writers have kind of given up on giving Victoria a love life at all. They're like, well, we tried her, paired her with this one, didn't work out, paired her with that one, didn't work out. And I hate, this is what I hate about it. Because now, see, this is where the double standard thing comes in. Because if a man does the same thing and goes through a lot of relationships before he settles down, he's given the title of he was just going through his playboy phase, or well, he's just a guy. Whereas if a woman does it, it's because she's she was too ambitious, a workaholic. She was focused on whatever else, usually her career, and so she didn't have time for a love life. That BS. Okay? That's why I don't like it. Plus, I happened to see a little short clip of somebody had made a 4-minute clip of all the Victor bloopers from before. And Amelia Huntley and Eric Brayton were in a scene, and she literally busted up laughing. And I was like, whoa, she can smile. Amazing. Wow. Because literally, we haven't seen her smile really for years. So, okay. On to Brooke. Catherine Kelly Land. Now, when I say these things, I'm talking about the character. I'm not talking about the actress. So no shade, okay? No shade. No shade intended. All the things. Okay. So, Brooke. Well, I try to be even. I try to be even keel and like give everybody the benefit of the doubt, like I always say. Okay, so in the beginning of the soap opera, Brooke was a not nice, smart, funny, or all the things woman, young woman. Then I guess you're supposed to believe that she thought that she had to take over for the family after. Okay, now chronologically speaking, after the death of Storm, Stephen Jr., uh, she may have felt like she had to take over and take care of her younger sisters, right? Okay. So I can try to get the maternal instinct thing with her and Katie, although she doesn't really do it with Donna so much, which is strange. Um, but then also, they kind of gave up on a love life for her too, because she was caught in the middle of, will he or won't he, the Bridge and Trish thing, which was so old, man. Okay, so the love life thing was kind of set, right? Because in theory, they tried to pair her with somebody. I forget who else, other than Ridge. And you kind of knew that she was meant for Ridge with all the dialogue of my destiny. He's my destiny. Ugh. Okay. So, okay, that part is like done. Okay. Now, we're getting to the business part. Now, Forrester. She's a Forrester by marriage because she married Rich, right? So while I understand the whole concept of stand by your man and back him up and all that, I agree with that. However, I also say that if you're in a good relationship, you would hope there'd be a little bit of, you know, sticking up for your side and not just blindly following somebody because you happen to be in love with them. Now, this is before I knew what the character of Ridge was going to be like. Because I also have to throw in there that when Ron Moss played Ridge, I felt like there was a connection of he wanted her to speak up for herself, whereas they wrote Ridge completely differently when Torsten Cade took over. And he totally took over the whole, like, I don't know, follow me, I'm your man BS. And okay. So then they're supposed to be in this business, whatever, together, right? Okay. So while I understand the whole, I don't know, wanting your sister to be with you or something, I don't know. But I also say the other side is all she wanted you to say was congratulations. And you couldn't even do that. And whatever you said was filled with contempt, condemnation, all the things, all the bad things. Okay, it was not positive. And now they're worried about how you're going to take it if Hope leaves the company to go with your sister. Now, the way the animosity in the relationship or the animosity that's kind of built in from Brooke's side is like so weird. I would go with asinine, but yeah, because I mean, okay, words. What words do I want to say? Okay, well, if you have if you have a successful relationship with your sibling, then you would think that you would want the best for her, no matter if you agree with it or not. Okay, that's the basic level. Number two would be also in conjunction with that, you would want the best for your daughter. So if she isn't happy where she's at, and she's actually verbalizing and, you know, with actual words why she is unhappy, then why don't you just become like Team Hope and no matter what she wants, you just go with it? Be a supportive mother. You say all the time, oh, yeah, I support anything. Well, then support her in this decision. And then also, if you believe, or, okay, if I'm supposed to believe that you raised your sister, then wouldn't you think that she has the same morals and values and whatever that you have? Because you raised her, right? So then if she doesn't, then maybe you made a mistake. But anyway, I just, the difference between Brooke before and Brooke now is shocking. Okay, I will now get off my soapbox about Brooke. Bye, everybody.